All right, welcome to a small small podcast. I'm going to make a pizza. At the same time, we're going to be talking about our money makers in the restaurant business. A good place to start is actually a pizza because it's actually very, very cheap to make. The dough is only, give me a second here. The dough is only flour and salt and yeast with a little bit of oil, and it's not a lot actually, so it's a good place to start saving money and making money. Then after that, when you make a pizza sauce, I'm just putting some oil on the outside because I want the outside to crust. So yeah, and some tomato sauce. I think in your restaurant, if you're thinking of opening a restaurant, a good place to start is actually to find items that can generate a lot of profit. Also things that are, I'll be back, just get a cheese. And where's the cheese? Oh, there's the cheese. All right. And things that are easy and fast to make, things that won't be wasted very easily. Tomato sauce is good for a long time. Cheese in the freezer can last for also a very, very long time. So it's actually a good place to start with, because also the benefit of doing pizza is that whatever's left over from anything else, like let's say small tomatoes, mushrooms, onions, whatever, they can all go on pizzas to make topping as well. So when you have like all these things on hand, why not when you have an oven as well? I'm going in the oven, okay? Watch it up. And you got everything like this to already have everything to make pizzas, then why not make it? I don't know in your country, but here pizza will sell for about $10. Cost of a pizza in reality is maybe, let's say, $2-3 to be generous. It's really not that expensive to make. In your new restaurant, you got to find a lot of ways like this to actually save money by, for example, right? If you take a tomato, like a baby tomato, right, or take an onion, right? An onion goes into what? I have 60 dishes here, and the onion will probably go into 55 of those dishes, right? So an onion never goes to waste, and at the end of its life, if it's not gone somewhere, what you're going to do is you're going to put in a soup, right? You make like a carrot soup, vegetable soup, whatever soup. The base is always onions. So the same with a tomato or cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes in my restaurant, they'll go in salads. They'll go on a pizza. They'll go in my pastas as well, right? I'll stir fry them. I'll make a video about how to make pastas at one point. So yeah, so it also, like I said, go on top of my pizza. So it's a good place to start, filling your refrigerator with, right? You don't want any single-use items in your restaurant. I don't have any single-use item in my restaurant. Even if you take my fillet steak, right? My fillet steak will go to make fillet for customers. Also goes on a fillet salad, and then it will also go on I have a fillet sandwich as well. The same with my meat, the ribeye. Especially with your protein, it's quite expensive to make. So if you have a protein, it's okay. You can pass in front of my light. No worries. Sorry, we're actually working right now. It's not in the morning. It's in the afternoon. So like I was saying, if I have protein, right, I have a ribeye steak as well. My ribeye steak goes into a 12 ounce. I buy the whole. Actually, maybe I can find one here. Well, there you go. Well, I don't have one here right now. It's in the back there. They're using it. So basically, the ribeye steak, the same, right? I'll use the steak to make burgers after, or I'll use the steak to make put on a pizza, or I'll use the meat to make a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. So no single-use items. The same thing goes with anything on my menu. If you start building a menu for your restaurant, if you take people like, let's say, Gordon Ramsay, or people who do fine dining, right? They have single-use items in their restaurants, but they charge for everything that they throw in the garbage, right? So if you go have a soup at Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, it's not a $2 or $3 soup you're eating, it's a $7 or $8 soup, right? So it's things you need to think about, right? In your restaurant, if you're starting up, if you're watching these videos because you're planning on starting, or you started, you're not sure, or not even sure if you want to start. So you the money is not high, right? You probably borrow the money or use the entirety of your savings. So what you want to do is minimize the risk, right? If you start buying expensive stuff left and right, then if you don't sell it, this stuff goes in the garbage, right? You can't freeze foie gras, you know. You cannot unfreeze ribeye steak like an entire slab and then refreeze it, right? It's not fresh anymore. It's not how you do things. The same with seafood, right? You have fresh seafood in your restaurant, and then if you don't sell it, then you're kind of screwed with your seafood, right? All these things are expensive, so you always need, when you start building your menu, you need to think about multiple use items. People like Jamie Oliver or Gordon Ramsay are going to call, you know, they're going to go with a tomato. This is a fantastic tomato. This tomato is full of vitamin. It's so rich. It's the heart of Italy and blah, 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 blah. But for us, these people have a brand, right? And they're trying to be passionate about what they're doing. But for us here, it's mostly we're trying to build a business and make a lot of money, right? These people, like Gordon Ramsay, right, opened 59 restaurants. I think 23 of them closed. So basically he's taking shots, right? Which is great. I'm not blaming the guy, but he has investors, and if this business doesn't work, he doesn't lose everything, right? He goes on to the next thing. He's a TV chef, right? As for us, it's all our savings when we open for the first time. So it's things to think about. So mostly in our restaurant, we want multiple use items. I call them filler food, because in a salad, you need to put stuff in it, right? And if you start putting like super exotic vegetables on top of your salad, well, there's a good chance that you're going to throw a lot of it in the garbage. As for you reinvent your vinaigrette, you know, a salad basically is a good vinaigrette or a good olive oil, salt and pepper, and a good vinegar, and you have a salad, right? Then you elaborate on your salad and see what else you have on your menu, and everything that doesn't go into another dish, maybe you can't sell, can go on a salad as well. For example, if I have a fillet salad, my fillet, if I get stuck with it, I really don't, but if I did, it could go on the salad. And then on the salad, I also have tomatoes that are used in other items. And then the lettuce in my salad is the only single-use item. But then again, my lettuce is used in 5 other salads, so it's not really single-use anymore. It's a little tricks like this that will help you save a lot of money. Also, if you buy some vegetables, make sure at the end of your run of your vegetable, for me, I don't waste stuff, right? Like they say 3% in a restaurant, but I think if you waste 3%, it's just a waste. It's, you know, everything can go into a soup, right? And let's say you have too much soup, the soup's going to go bad. Well, just give some soup to your customer. Let them try one of your products, right? The same if we go into the salami, right? I have sandwiches, I'll make salami, I have chicken. I have roasted chicken, right? It's one of my most famous dishes here with my barbecue pork ribs. The roasted chicken, if I say I have too much, right, well, I can shred the chicken and then I make my chicken sandwiches. I also have a chicken Caesar salad. I also have a chicken avocado salad where all this chicken can go in. And what goes in those salad? Well, it's the baby tomatoes that are coming back in there with some cucumbers from somewhere else and some avocados that come in from another sandwich. If I don't sell them, my avocados go there. And then my avocados, if I really get stuck with ripe avocados, they can go into an avocado sauce or dip for my chicken wings, right? Or something else like that. So it's very important to not, give me a second here, I gotta check on my pizza. But it's very important to limit the number of single items that you have. Let's see here, it's looking great. I'm just gonna give it one more minute. So to limit the use of single items in your restaurant, if you get stuck with items, they're gonna go in the garbage. If they go in the garbage, it's not that good. There you go, got it. Anyway, we got one more minute on that pizza. So again, things to think about. I see many people that they want to cook what they want to cook, but it's a big risk to cook what you want to cook, because if people don't like what you want to cook, then you're stuck. And yeah, it's going to be another video, but you know, people are passionate about food, right? Like I got customers who come here, oh, I think I should open a restaurant. I like food, I know how to cook. So yeah, fair enough. But the business of cooking and generating profit and money is completely different of the business of passion, right? If you say, if you have passion, everything's gonna go great, right? Well, Ramsay lost 23 restaurants out of his 59, and I don't know any other guy who has more passion than this guy. So I'm just gonna take the pizza out. Just move this here. There you go. Just let me make a few slices here. There you go, and this is going straight to a customer. Thank you, Car. Yeah, so passion will only carry you so far, right? If you're not motivated and you're not really interested in doing what you're doing, well, you're kind of screwed in the wrong business, because food has to be beautiful, has to be delicious, and it's what happens with a lot of people. They open a restaurant and they want to share their passion with the people, and then while doing their passion, if your customer's passion is not your passion, or they're not interested in what you have to sell, or maybe they're interested, but because single-use items, you have to charge a customer for it, so therefore your prices are too high for what they're willing to pay, or they don't think it's a good deal for what they're getting, well, then you're screwed. You pretty much shot yourself in the foot, because everything cannot be reused. So it's another way to look at things. I see people who try to go fine dining, right, and invest a lot of money, like a lot of money, and then you go like, well, how many customers do you have today? Well, I had 15, and go like, how much food do you have? I go around, I go help people around sometimes, and they ask me, well, what's going on here? What am I doing wrong? And I try to help them as best as I can, but it's their restaurant, right? So basically they want to do what they want to do, and I just give my 2 cents like I'm doing here. So if you want to break your face in a wall, go do fine dining, I promise you. If you're going to do fine dining, don't use your money. Make a corporation, make a company, and get investors, put money in the company, and have nothing under your name. Don't back this with your house, don't back this with your car, don't take a loan on it, just take other people's money, because again, if Ramsay is having a hard time making it work, hey, I'll give you an example, right? I'm not bashing Ramsay, I love the guy, I think he's awesome, right? It's called the Ramsay Group, right? He has a corporation where he licensed his name, and so basically they opened in 2006. They only made profit 1 year out of these 14 years, 14, 15 years, right? So think about it. This guy is the best of the best, and it's hard for him. So I think for us, people of the earth, people who are not using other people's money, people who are trying to maybe get out of having a full-time job and go work for our own company, build something and work for ourselves, we got to be very careful about how we spend our money. So I think it's a good idea to look at the menu. If you have any questions about this, how I build I'll probably make a video at one point how to build a menu according to what works for me, right? It might not work for you, but at least if you get more ideas in your mind, right, then you can make better decisions if you have more information. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you around. Catch you later. Bye-bye.